Yeah, man, people, welcome up and welcome back. It's Monday, yeah, it's Monday morning, people. Drop some like, yeah, share the video and drop comments, whatever I talk about in this video and what you guys think about this video. But yeah, it's the morning insider, man. Welcome back to everybody. The Nick and Dan podcast was a great show last night, so if anybody really missed that show, you guys can go back and watch that show as well. It was a really good 2 hour of conversation, well structured, podcast. But we're here this morning talking about isaachayden, the man that who got his club over the weekend. Big news for the REGGAEBOYZ, as most of you guys would know. But today I have the video, the exclusive, that isaachayden unleashed everything about is struggling of dealing with not playing club football. Talk about the REGGAEBOYZ. He talk about the journey of him getting to this phase of signing for Fulham. How Matt Ritchie was vital to that as well. And he also touched on something about his attributes, his best role and his strongest point in the CDM. And he said he's a 6. So I would love you guys, to drop your reaction down in the comment section so, we can interact as well. You understand? He talked about a lot of stuff. I think he touched on stuff that he was talking about why it took him so long when it should happen a lot more sooner, representing the REGGAEBOYZ. And he's really happy. He talked about the REGGAEBOYZ and talk about the players, the coaching staff and everything. And also, this video is also going to talk about, RENALDO CEPHAS as well. That look, what happened, a couple of days ago with RENALDO CEPHAS over the weekend as well. His team lost. RENALDO CEPHAS wasn't in the squad. But talking about that, since we're RENALDO CEPHAS, RENALDO CEPHAS has torn his meniscus. It's a really bad injury. A report in Turkey saying that RENALDO CEPHAS expected to be out for about between 1.5 months to 2 months. You understand? That's a long time. Will he be fit? Yeah, will he be fit for the game coming up? The last part of March, the first FIFA window of the calendar year against St. Vincent. I don't think we need a RENALDO CEPHAS to beat St. Vincent as well, you understand? But, I mean, if it's really close for him, when he get back onto the grass, getting his fitness back up, I mean, just probably could have just leave him out and let him stay fit and get him ready, stay sharp and get himself ready for the World Cup qualifier and the Gold Cup. But, yeah, RENALDO CEPHAS, picked up a meniscus injury. It seems like it happened in training. It's not a good sign for a player that's really good and really good form. I think he's 17 games, 9 goals and 1 assist in the league, something like that in the league. I don't think it's exactly about the same assist, but I think he's at 9 goals and around 17 games in the league. But yeah, isaachayden have unleashed it all in the interview. So it's a long interview. Again, let me know what you guys think about isaachayden, where he touch on his midfield attributes. He's a number 6, and he talk about the REGGAEBOYZ. He's talking about moving forward, how he's going to get Portsmouth rolling. And, he also touch on stuff like, talking about standard and talking about how he set standard on and off the pitch, playing competitive games, everything, man. I would love to hear you guys comment in the comment section, you understand? Listen to what isaachayden have to say. It's a 10-minute video. Listen. Yeah, see you guys back again.
Isaac, a very warm welcome to Portsmouth. How does it feel to be here?
Fantastic. The interest has been there for a little while now. Having spoken to Matty about it, and obviously speaking to the manager recently, it was definitely something that I felt drawn to. I'm just delighted to get it sorted now. What have your conversations with John and Rich been like? Yeah, as I said, just been about how I fit into what he wants to do, how Portsmouth want to play, and as I said, just how I can help the team with my experience to try and keep the team in the division and keep the club where they're supposed to be and as high as possible in the division. Coming down to the training ground today, what do you make of the setup down there? Really good. Surprised me a little bit, to be honest. Obviously, you've got the health centre, which is kind of connected, which the public obviously can use, which is quite a nice touch. You can mingle in with potentially some supporters. But as I said, great facilities, everything that you need here to try and perform to your maximum match days, really. So yeah, pleased with it. Have you played at Fratton Park before? No, I haven't actually. It's one stadium I haven't managed to play at. And as I said, just in terms of the club itself, it's what I call a heritage club. You know, it's got a lot of history. It's got that old school feel to it. And you know, from watching clips and watching games from the past, it's definitely somewhere that once it gets rocking, I'm sure it can be a 12th man for the team.
Now, you haven't met the lads yet, you haven't been able to sort of mingle with any of the boys, but there is one player you know quite well and you spent quite a lot with time at Newcastle with. Yes,
Mr. Ritchie. Yeah, no, I know Matty really well. Spent a long time with him at Newcastle. We had some successful years together. And as I said, coming in here, it's just about me trying to help the team as best I can. Obviously, I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. One of the older, more experienced lads, so I think it's just me coming in and trying to help the team as best as possible.
Did you chat to him before coming? Does he sort of help seal the deal?
Yeah, I said to him about saving me a seat on the bus. Yeah, we've had a few conversations. He spoke to me about it a few months ago. Would it be something I'd be interested in? And I was like, yeah, you know, definitely. And as I said, it's just good to finally get it done. I've kind of had 5 months where it's been difficult for me. You know, not a lot of game time, a lot of training, a lot of hard work. Obviously, I managed to get a couple of games internationally, which was good, but I'm just really hungry to get playing again and contribute to something meaningful, which this club is.
What have you made to the start of the season so far from the boys, obviously outside looking in?
Yeah, been difficult at times because it's a big transition. I think whenever you come up a division, whether it's League One to Championship or Championship to Premier League, obviously there's that adaptation time. You know, not all the lads have probably played Championship football before, so that also takes time to adapt. But to get the points accumulated so far has been good. And as I said, you know, last year I joined a club that was probably in a slightly worse situation than this one, and managed to turn it around. So I don't really see why that shouldn't be the case this year.
What are your best positions on the pitch for those supporters that haven't seen you play, and perhaps some of your best attributes as well?
Yeah, so I'd say that I'm a centre midfielder, number 6. I think, you know, is what people call it these days. But I mean, I'd like to think I'm a well-rounded player. You know, whatever role the manager wants me to play. You know, I've played centre back, number 6, number 8, right back. You know, all across Premier League, Championship. So, you know, I'm here to do my best for the club and try to help, you know, the young players improve, trying to help results ultimately on the pitch. But I'm somebody who, you know, when I sign for a club, it doesn't matter whether it's on loan or it's a permanent, I'm 100% invested in the club and trying to do my best to help. So if that means I play centre back one game or a few games or whatever it is, or right back or wherever, you know, I'm here to help and to do my best for the team.
Obviously you listed your attributes there, and like you said, you've got so much experience in the game. What else do you think you can add to this group, maybe aside from those attributes, and how do you think you can sort of complement the squad?
I think it's a young squad, isn't it? You know, when I'm speaking to Matty, there's not an awful lot of experienced players in terms of age, more so than anything. So I think, just as I said, just trying to be one of the leaders within the group, set the tempos in training, you know, make sure that everyone's doing the maximum that they can to you know, produce the results on the pitch. I would say that I'm not a massive talker. I don't like to shout. I kind of show with my mentality and with the way that I train and the way that I play, you know, how things should be done. So I guess that's kind of me. You know, I'm somebody that's probably not going to get the headlines every week. I'm not, you know, obviously I'd like to score goals, I'd like to assist. But for me, the main thing for me is to be able to make sure the balance is there in the team. You know, be the link between defence and attack, make sure that the structure is right off the ball, and then that gives the forward players the platform to be able to go and express themselves and play the way that they do.
You've played in the Championship quite a bit. You've obviously got, like you said, the second half of last season and that experience to lean on. So what do you think the team are going to need to show here to really kick on now?
I think it's just accountability and making sure that everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet. You know, I've been fortunate enough to win the division, get promoted through the playoffs, obviously be in a relegation battle last year, so I've kind of got the experience of all kind of echelons of the league. So I think it's just accountability, making sure everyone's on the same page and everyone's fighting for the same thing, because at the end of the day, whether you're playing, you're not playing, everyone should want the same thing, which is Portsmouth to be winning football matches. So I think it's about just setting that example, making sure that if you're not in the team, you're helping the lads that are in the team. You're pushing them in training, you're making sure the standards of everyone is really, really high, and being accountable, like I said, just making sure every day you're doing the best things that you can to give yourself the best chance to perform at the highest level on match day, and recovering well, and as I said, just pushing each and every individual in the group to become better, because then if everyone becomes better by 1-2%, at the end of it you're going to get results.
Going away from club football now, you've obviously had quite a whirlwind experience internationally with Jamaica. How did that come around? How have you found it with them?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience, something that's kind of been there in the background for a long time. Possibly would have done it a bit sooner, but the problem, I had a couple of bad injuries in a row, which set me back maybe 18 months, 2 years. So last year was just important that I got a stable year of playing, getting 30 games under my belt, which was good. And then obviously this year, I hoped it would have panned out a bit different at the start of the season. It wasn't meant to be, but considering where my body was at and it was fully fit and fully able, it was good to finally get my international honours really and play for Jamaica, which was an amazing experience. And as I said, the group of players that were there were fantastic. The coaching staff were great, and the project and what we're trying to achieve at that international level is exciting.
Like you said to me earlier, obviously there's been a lack of games for you in the first half of this season, so I can imagine you're really hungry and you've got a lot of fire in your belly to really push on now and get some minutes under your belt in the second half of the season. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, it's been beyond frustrating. These things happen in football for reasons that probably a lot of fans don't understand, but it's one of those where I've been so desperate to play, so desperate to help contribute to something meaningful, and as I said, I got that little bit of a taster back when I went away with Jamaica, and obviously we were pushing for winning the quarterfinals. Didn't end up happening, but just to be part of something again and be part of a group pushing in the same direction to achieve a goal was nice, and I'm looking forward to that now. And as I said, I'm just here to play as many minutes as possible, give as much experience, as much know-how and knowledge as I can to the group and the staff, and do my best for the club.
And obviously you're coming down from Newcastle, moving back down south. How's that going to be for you, do you think?
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. As I said, I've had a house in Surrey for 2 or 3 years now, so it's actually kind of ideal for me. It's not too far away from home, so I'll be able to commute from my house, which is actually a nice feeling rather than living in rentals for a couple of years. So yeah, as I said, it'll be nice for me to have that bit of stability. But the main thing for me is it doesn't matter where it was in the country. It was just the fact of getting to the right club, a club which I think I can help, and a club which I think can help me in terms of giving me that platform of games, and working together to ultimately achieve the outcome which everybody wants.
I mean, it's a really good interview. I gave the people a little bit of preview, of it last night in the Nicardo podcast. So that was the full length of isaachayden interview of signing with the Pumpies. He's going to have a tough job to do. The team is right down there in the relegation, I think. And of course, when he signed for the club, they lost in the FA Cup, so they will be focusing on getting their acts up and running in the championship, trying to be, that team when it comes on to May. They are not in the last, I think it's the last 3 or last 4. I think it's the last 3 doing the championship, go down to League One, So, I mean, hope you guys really enjoy that video. I enjoyed it. I think I watched it 4 or 5 times already. You understand? But drop your comments down in the comments area and let me know what you think about the isaachayden interview here, where we talk about everything about on his journey of not playing, signing up for Portsmouth, his midfield role, and what you think about the Reggae Boyz and how he's trying to help them to qualify for, you know, the semi-final in the Nations League as well. You know, missed out in the quarter-final, but you know, best up to the people. And see you guys tomorrow, where I will do JPL in 5. You understand? JPL in 5 tomorrow, the full segment of the entire game. And also a Mason Greenwood interview where he talk about, you know, his good run of farm. You know, he scored over the weekend against Rennes. You know, have that interview coming up tomorrow as well. So I mean, see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday. You know, hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope you guys Monday morning and the rest of the week that's to come really start, as you know, after next week. And the other week, January will be done. And guess what? We're going to the shortest month of the year, February, which them say a Black History Month. And after that, we go into International Day, the month when it's international football. Again, people, bless up on yourself. Thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. I'm out. Salute.